We're talking about approaching rappers with your music. Like you might be in the airport and you'll see a famous rapper, or he might be coming out the grocery store. You know, a lot of times when you see rappers, either they on the move to somewhere, or they just trying to relax. You know, coming from the store or whatever. And I'm not saying don't approach them with your music, because I mean you feel like, hey man, this might be my chance. But a lot of times they don't really want to be dealing with rappers at the time. I've heard other rappers say that. And so one way to not approach a famous rapper with your music is don't necessarily try to sell it to him. Now, my number 2 ways to not give a famous rapper your music is don't force it on him. The number 3 way to not force to give your music to a rapper, if you don't have no merchandise or nothing and you're trying to freestyle to them while they're walking off, man, I don't know how good that works. Today on the Independent Grind, I'm going to talk to y'all about work ethic. You know what I'm saying? About working towards your goals, your dreams, and the things that you have to do in order to succeed and be successful. b.m.i is what is known as a music PRO, a performing rights organization. It represents songwriters, composers, and music publishers, often called PROs. These companies collect license fees from businesses that use music, including television and radio stations, broadcasting, cable networks, news media, the internet, mobile technology, satellite, audio service like XM and Sirius, nightclubs, hotels, bars, restaurants, other venues. It goes on and on, live concerts, all that. Now, these license fees that they charge these companies are distributed as royalties. So these companies have to pay a fee to be able to use your music. They pay them to b.m.i. So the royalties are then sent to songwriters, if you write songs, composers, you know, if you do, whoever do the music, and music publishers, you know, the person that's over the music, that's publishing the music, getting it to the right place. Okay, so we got those people intact. And today we're going to talk about what is sound exchange and the benefits that it will have for your music career. Yo, welcome to the Independent Grind, the show that gives inspiration and tips to creative minds and entrepreneurs through music and film. I am your host, Dramatic Gamble. Today, man, we're talking about who or what is CD Baby for artists. What can they do for you? What type of services do they provide?
A new independent music distribution company called CD Baby, huh? CD Baby? The hell kind of name is that? They distribute direct to fans online. Real bright idea, guys. It'll never last.
Yo, welcome to the Independent Grind, the show that gives inspiration and tips to creative minds and entrepreneurs through music and film. I'm your host, Dramatic Gamble. Man, today we're talking about disc makers. If you never heard of disc makers, they're a company that they make CDs for you. I got introduced to them way back in the late 90s, but they were doing tapes and CDs. They still do vinyl. And that's how they started out, making vinyl. And so that's just one company that you might can be interested in to get some of your music pressed up. But we're going to talk about a little history of disc makers, and we're going to come right back. Now, it started in 1946 by Ivan Ballard. He founded a record label in Philadelphia, they say, called Ballard Record Company. The company and its various imprints included Gotham Records, and they would go on to produce music by early R&B pioneers like Roy Smeck and Bill Doggett. But because there were no other record plants in the Philadelphia area, Ivan built his own and started pressing 7/8s for his artists as well as other local labels. And within a few years, the record pressing side of the business became more successful than the label. And in 1959, the company's name was changed to Disc Makers. Now, before disc makers came along, independent artists had to go to 8 different vendors in order to make a record. You know, so with this company, they put everything in one place, making it easy for the first time to afford for independent artists to afford an album without, you know, the label support. Essentially creating the independent music industry as it is known today. And you know, while their products have evolved with the times, from vinyl to CD and beyond, their mission has always remained the same: empowering independent artists to pursue what they love. Dramatic Minds Entertainment presents Pray for Mercy Volume 1, the singles collection, featuring the hit song, Tonight.
Well, I'm just living up on this liquor, trying to get my head right. In the hood, stacking up this paper, trying to get my bread right. I got a cup full of ice, just mix this Crown with this Sprite, and just get yourself together, cause I'ma love you tonight.
And also, I Got That, featuring H2 Music.
I got that bass up in my ride, them lows missing them highs, they're loud burning inside. So won't you hop up inside? I got that bass knocking my speakers, them highs up on my tweeters. No time for non-believers. Don't join us.
And the club banger, Legs to the Ceiling.
I'm coming through just to break you up. Give me the green light and I'm going. I got her legs up to the ceiling. Legs up to the ceiling. I got her legs up to the ceiling. Legs up to the ceiling. I got her legs up to the ceiling. Legs up to the ceiling. Oh, what a good feeling. I got her legs up to the ceiling.
Available worldwide online.
CD Baby's distributing to iTunes now. Impossible. You know why? Because only major labels can do that. Wait, they really are? Oh, for
Today, man, we're going to talk about copyrights and why they are very, 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 very important for your music. Yo, what's happening, man? Tonight on the Independent Grind, I say tonight because it's nighttime, man. I've been doing these videos for about 2 weeks hard. So tonight we talking about trademarks. Trademark. It's a word, phrase, slogan, symbol, or design, or combination thereof. And what it does is identifies the source of goods and services of one owner, and it distinguishes them from goods and services of another owner.
MySpace, Facebook, Twitter. This stuff's a fad. People think they can go out, get on the internet and find a bunch of fans and then sell them their music directly from CD Baby. No, you know how you get a music career? You get a label, and then you get a guy like me. Yo, welcome to the Independent Grind. Today on the Independent Grind, we're going to talk about patents. If you don't know what a patent is, the basic definition for a patent is invention. So if you invent something, it's something brand new, something you thought of, that's how you protect an invention, by using a patent. It's different from a trademark, it's different from a copyright. Patents usually tell what something does, how it does it, what it's made of, and how you make it. Today, man, we're talking about being prepared when you go to the studio. If you're on a budget, let's say you got a project coming out, you got, let's say, $500. If you're gonna spend $1,000, $2,500, and you're trying to stick to that budget, one thing you're gonna do is try to keep that cost down low. Is try to have everything prepared for you when you go to the studio, especially if you're paying $25, $40, $50 an hour, or however much they charge. Pro publishing in over 70 territories, DIY musician conferences, hundreds of millions of dollars paid to independent artists. Listen, I get it. I know when I'm not wanted. Independent music distribution. Huh. Who knew?